So lately, I've been having troubles with getting my pictures to go on my videos from my camera. I used to just put them on the desktop and then just transfer them over to iMovie. I'm watching some Meg squats, by the way. But I had to figure out that then I had to start pulling them from iPhoto all of a sudden, so that kind of added an extra step to getting pictures on my videos if I take pictures on my camera. Next thing is I took some videos with my phone and I always just put them using keys. Well, keys stopped recognizing my Samsung, so now I had to get Smart Switch, and I'm hoping that this will work to where I can start transferring over my videos and pictures again for the videos. Moving on, because I got on a tangent there. It's hot in my house. I keep it at like 73, 74 throughout the day because I'm cheap. And at night we turn it back down to like 68. Now I could like turn it off, but then it would get real hot, which isn't a terrible thing because I'm from Barstow, California originally. What's up, Mojave Desert, the high desert, Victor Valley. I'm going to stop now after I say Apple Valley. Okay. San Bernardino. But if I were to turn it off and then turn it on to 68 for the night, that would cost so much money for my bill to just like, for me to try to get my house to quickly get down to 68. I know it would cost a lot of money as opposed to like keeping it at 73, 74, and it only has to get down to about 5 or 6 degrees. So moving along, German creatine is a creatine monohydrate. It increases protein synthesis. I buy this German creatine off Amazon. The reason I do this, there are so many arguments on creatine. Whether it's good for you, whether it's bad for you, yada, yada, yada. Here's the way I look at it for myself. Creatine is the most affordable supplement that's going to do the most for you when it comes to increasing your mass, increasing your muscle mass, increasing protein synthesis. It's so cheap too, unless you go to a supplement store and you're talking to somebody there. I'm not going to say any names because it doesn't matter. I feel like you can go to almost any supplement store and they're going to try to get you to buy the most expensive creatine that they have because they're going to tell you that German creatine's not going to, they're going to tell you it's not going to dissolve maybe in your drinks, or they're going to tell you that you're not going to get as efficient from this, or they're going to tell you that you're not going to be taking enough, or you should be taking less, yada, yada, yada. Do things that you know work for you and also work within your means. I don't have four-wheelers, I don't have a boat. Why? Because I can't afford that stuff. That's not living within my means. Yeah, I could probably scrape by to own something like that, but then I would be scraping by to own something like that. I'm not scraping by to pay $10 or $11 for a tub like this of German creatine that lasts a long time. There's 60 servings in this thing. 5 grams a serving. I already measured it out on the weight scale, on the food scale. It is 5 grams in the scoop, so it's true to dosage. There's no proprietary blends. Almost all the other creatines you're going to go out there and buy, they're all proprietary blends, for crying out loud. Don't like that, not a huge fan of it. Who really is? I don't know, unless you own a supplement company. German creatine on Amazon. Back. Alright. Patient's doing good. She's got like hand, foot, and mouth thing going on right now. I feel so bad because like this year, I think it might be just getting introduced into daycare. This year she's had, ear infections, and then the hand, foot, and mouth thing. So she's starting to definitely get more of the sicknesses. So I feel really bad for her. Like I said, she's only 3. If you follow me, you already knew that, but she's the cutest thing in the world. So when she gets sick, I feel so bad because she's such a loving, happy-go-lucky person, and then when she's sick, she's just like, life is attacking me right now. So moving on from creatine. Except for one other thing I wanted to cover, and that is choose your own adventure. There's a lot of arguments on creatine, and one of them is holding water or gaining weight with creatine. Especially like women are going to wonder that too. But I will tell you this from my personal self and from what I've seen with Megan, because this is the only thing we could do is go off of ourselves. I'm not a PhD, I'm not a nutritionist, so I really don't have a lot to back up anything that I have, and I'm not that knowledgeable of a person in a lot of this stuff. But what I do know, I'm willing to share, or what I have experienced, I'm willing to share. How about that? Experienced. That's a better word for it, because I've spent lots of money on stuff that I've experienced. But Megan and I took creatine all the way up until contest prep. All the way up until contest, we took creatine. So if we were going to go into a contest and get as lean and dry as we could and look as good as we can, why would we take something that was going to hold water in your subcutaneous and make us gain weight when we were trying to cut weight? Adverse effects, right? 5 grams a day, at least, guys. If you buy a protein powder that tells you you're getting creatine in it, so you don't go buy creatine, just remember that's probably going to be like 2.5 grams, maybe 3 grams in that. So you're not going to get enough in it. So, and what we call that is basically a filler. They're just throwing that in there to charge you more money, because they're like, hey, our protein comes with creatine. Which at the same time, also remember, you're getting creatine from whenever you eat that big old steak or those chicken breasts, okay? You're getting creatine from meats naturally. So that's all I wanted to cover with that. It's a different argument for everybody. Choose your own adventure, choose your own side, that's fine. I'm just telling you from experience, we've always taken it. I actually have never cycled off creatine. I did it one time, I think, back in the day, because there's this huge argument whether or not you need to cycle off of it. I have not. I know people will get on you about the liver thing about it, but like I said, 5 grams a day, you might be in more trouble with your liver, I believe, just by eating way too much protein from your chicken and stuff like that, and the creatine with that and digesting it, than just your 5 gram scoop that you have, and then some leaner macros to keep yourself, lean. So there you go. Moving on, because I know I'm taking a lot of time here, but it's so much stuff that I want to just go on to. But real quick, BCAAs, these are like amino core right here, but BCAAs I find to be important for a few different reasons. First reason is keeping yourself hydrated. Drinking water. Some people have a hard time just drinking straight water. I know if I'm out there working, it's not that bad, but when I'm at home, I'm not probably drinking enough water, except when I'm starting to mix some BCAAs with it. Tastes delicious, helps you drink your water, helps you stay hydrated. When you stay hydrated, guess what? You stay anabolic. So not only does the flavor of a BCAA in your water help you drink enough, stay hydrated, and keep you anabolic, but then you get into the details of L-leucine, which is another ingredient in BCAAs that helps with protein synthesis and staying anabolic. So you want to stay anabolic, you drink less water, you become catabolic, and you're doing more damage to your muscles. All that stuff you work so hard for. So, and one thing that I'm missing here that I don't want to forget is BCAAs help you recover. It's a great recovery thing, because when you stay hydrated, when you stay anabolic, and you are getting in the right amount of fluids, this stuff, and you're getting in the L-leucine, you will be able to recover from everything. Not to mention there's vitamin B that they put in this amino core right here. But recovery is key. Everybody's always like, how do I recover? How do I recover? BCAAs is a great way to recover, whether you're a power lifter or whether you're in contest prep. BCAAs. Stay hydrated. Stay anabolic. Recover. Get your ass back in the gym. Kick some butt.